back. We've got the Lady Toes kicking off to the DC Furies. Lady Toes in green, DC Furies in gold and blue. This is the Women's Open final.
Blue captain, are you ready?
Michelet Bennett on the whistle for this matchup. Our Women's Open final today. And we go with the kick. DC Furies right on their own 22, fielding this one cleanly. They get a break right off the opening kick. Number 6 from the Furies trying to stretch her legs. Only one defender who will concede the point, and 6 will get a dream start for the Furies in this Women's Open final.
Wow, great start for DC.
Just a slight defensive miscue there. The ball bounced. Nobody knew who was going to nominate for the tackle. And the Furies make the most of it, going 80 meters for the opening try. Conversion is good, so they'll take a 7-0 lead inside the first 7 seconds of this match.
Great to see right away, especially in this final here.
Furies, of course, the former women's WPL side, based out of DC. Beautiful kick here now, Lady Toes, just outside their 22. Looking to step one in the corner, nothing coming of it though. They offload one, swing it back in the midfield into the hands of Malia Surin. Surin offloads to number 10 there. Number 10 from the Toes, driving forward through 3 Furies tacklers before being brought down. Furies are set on defense. Lots of space here on the corner if they can get open, which they try and do with the offload that just does not quite come off.
Knock on, unfortunately, so it'll be a scrum to DC.
Looks like the Lady Toes needed just a little more depth if they were going to try and get that ball out to the corner against that rushing Furies defense.
Yeah, like you said, they just didn't have enough out there.
Furies will have a scrum down just on the 22, very mid.
Went straight out.
They're just ruled to have come back out the tunnel, so they'll have another chance at it.
Yep, DC puts the ball in again. DC with their back split, 1 to the right, 2 to the left.
Very difficult to defend. Lots of space for each defender to have to worry about if they play it out. That ball goes under the halfback's feet, though. The Lady Toes are able to come up big on the turnover. There is space on the corner here for them, looking to stretch it. Through 1, 2, 3 defenders there for the Furies, scrambling back to the 10-meter line to try and stop that tackle.
Yeah, good long run by the Lady Toes there.
As they look to go right up to the midfield again, they break through one, hands her away. She's looking for the offload into Surin. Surin looking to move it to the outside. Wisely holds onto that one, stuck in the midfield, and the Furies will come up with a huge turnover here. There is all kinds of space to the left if they can use it.
Off the head.
Big stiff arm there from the number 13 of the Furies.
Release! Great release!
Very cleanly rucked there. The Furies look to swap fields again. They see this space on the left side and decide to go for it. Right into the hands of the number 6. Number 6, the try scorer from the first stanzas.
I was struck right to the face.
Got an elbow by number 6 from DC. Elbow to the tackler's face. It's what Michelet Boots Bennett, the referee, saw.
Big point of emphasis for World Rugby now, that forearm of the ball carrier coming up into the chin or chest area of the defender.
Correct.
Fans of the Women's Eagles may remember Megan Rahm being sent off with a red card in the early moments of a match against England earlier this year for that exact infringement.
That's right, Jonathan. Yeah, World Rugby's trying to cut down on that. That elbow is a dangerous weapon.
Great step here from the Lady Toes as they look to continue the action. Number 10 makes it through. Her third or fourth break of the day.
Fortunate knock on by DC. The Lady Toes scrum. See what they can do with it. They need to get on the board here.
They certainly seem to be applying pressure, but just seem to be missing that last piece to get into the try zone.
Crouch.
Yes.
Bind.
That's very important in scoring in rugby.
Ball's out, that's fine. Ball's out.
Some might say it's the only way to win.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jonathan.
Ball moved to the left here. from the Lady Toes. Very tight right now on their attack, but looking to run to the outside and use the space with speed. They step back in with the number 5. Rugs cleanly there by the 10, tracking right on top of her. Good pressure from the 5 on DC.
Special
Perhaps
knock
a bit
on.
too
She's
good.
going to her pockets. That's a card. You cannot,
That's a yellow card. It's intentional knock. Yep.
cannot slap the ball out of someone's hands.
Time is back on.
Tough call for the Furies there. They're going to have to spend perhaps the next 2 minutes. Sorry, certainly the next 2 minutes, perhaps the rest of this half, depending on where we are on time, playing down a player against a team who's been applying all kinds of pressure, as evidenced by another break there from the Lady Toes. Looking to swing it around and try and continue that attack to the left. 10 into the hands of the number 3, I believe. Back into the 8, looping around all the way to the corner. Great cover tackle there by the Furies.
You're offside.
Hands hit the ruck.
Furies taking some big risks around the breakdown there, playing one player down. As the Lady Toes look to move it right, there's a lot of space here. 5 steps in, 2 players chasing. Great cover tackles there by the Furies, but the 5 gets up and goes again, drives to the line, and scores.
Big
Number
time
5
try.
from the Lady Toes puts in a huge effort to get them on the board.
It's exactly what the Lady Toes
Probably
needed,
outside the post.
and with the advantage up, they get the try. Let's watch that
Take another
again.
look at that one.
Bring her back in. Thank you.
You see here, she's driving through the first stages, 2
Three,
covered
two,
defenders
thank you.
coming back and making great tackles, but the presence of mind to realize no one was home, releases, pops up, drives through another tackle right to the line, and gives her team the score they need to get back in this match. Toes
Gotta
taking
hurry
their
up,
time
Toes,
to get
gotta
back
hurry
and
up.
get reset.
Fortunately, the kick was no good, Jonathan, so the Toes are still down, 7-5, DC leading.
Toes kick off in the waning moments of this first half action, our women's open final. Furies try and kick a clearance kick, but it's charged down. They're struggling to maintain possession of that ball. But the Toes a little too aggressive.
Unfortunately, yeah, coming off their feet at the ruck there. You gotta stay up on your feet.
Furies back on the attack, looking very comfortable. Swing it left into the hands of the number 13. Reminder, they are still playing a player down right now. Slight knock there in the contact,
Tough.
but the
Halftime.
number 5 will rejoin them
I'll take the ball.
as we go into the halftime break. A short minute break, but the DC Furies leading this one 7-5 over the Lady Toes out of Charlotte.
I think I should have carded. But
Next up, we've got the Cardinals Rugby Old Boys versus the 1776. We've got another half of this game here, and then we'll have the men's open final. We'll be right back. If they do, too bad.
blue captain. Are you ready?
And we're back. DC kicking off to the Lady Toes.
Furies leading this one by the virtue of one conversion. A A slim 2-point margin. 7 minutes to go in this women's open final.
Get out of the green. Thank you.
Furies swinging across into the open field. See a small gap there. Defensive miscue with a shooting defender from the Lady Toes. Gives them the opportunity here to go through the hands of number 15. 15 driving through contact there. That ruck is still clean. The number 7 from the Furies deciding it was time to get it out. Offload, step through 1, through 2 there. The number 10, she's got nothing but grass. And the Furies will get a great start to this second half with 5 points.
Yeah, another great start.
Started both halves very, very quickly, the Furies. Version was up and good, and the Furies taking control of this one, stretching their 2-point lead to a 9-point lead, 17-5. Sorry, 14. We set for the kick. This one hanging high on the 10 meters, but fielded cleanly by the Toes. They ruck it clean and look to move up the short side. Furies see it coming, defend that well. Slight miscue there, and the Furies have the ball.
Knock forward, green advantage.
But they lose it again, and the Lady Toes have got it.
Playing the initial knock, no advantage gained. It's from the green.
Good break there for the Lady Toes, as it looked like the Furies were going to be pushing very difficultly up that left side. Tough for them to recover from.
Yes, yeah, great job by Lady Toes. Let's see what they do here with this scrum. They need to answer back quickly.
Fine. Set.
Just about 10 meters out from the far side touchline. Fielded cleanly. Lots of space to work with. Big step back into the inside, into the hands of number 3. They've got the corner if they can break the tackle. An offload back into the 3. Beautiful handling work there. Referee thought about that pass for a moment, decided to let it go. And the Toes are into the Furies half. They've got numbers on the left. That ball ruled to have gone backwards. And a quick chip there by number 10. Nobody home from the Furies, and it is a foot race for this ball. Furies number 5 on it, but she's got a lot of work to do with a Toe defender right on top of her. 10 making a beautiful second tackle, and the Lady Toes have now driven the DC Furies just about 5 meters back from their own try line. Furies, though, unrelenting in the attack. Mere steps away from breaking that one. There's a big run from, I believe, the number 6, who was the initial try scorer for the Furies in the first half.
That's right, Jonathan.
And into the hands of the number 15, who looks to be stretching out. The 5 chasing her down. A serious imbalance here in terms of size, but a beautiful tackle. And again, as she tries to hold on. But an offload will see the Furies go coast to coast to score that try, extending their lead from 9 points as they take control 19-5.
Wow, what great rugby there. Got an injury at the end. But wow, overall, just from coast to coast, one side to the other side. And it was, the team was involved, everyone was involved there. Great job, great rugby.
Impact to the ground, so like a whiplash in the back.
Certainly was, looked to be desperate moments for the Furies as they fed the ball back from a breakdown on that long kick by the Toes. Almost onto their own try line. Broke through with a little bit of daylight on the left side.
Yeah, no, thank you.
The offload saw them get it away, popped through contact, and they were able to go almost 100 meters to score that try.
Wow.
Short break here as one of the Furies is attended to in the try zone there.
Okay.
Wonderful medical services down there. Very quick onto the scene, making sure that everybody's taken care of here today.
Yeah. Speedy.
Yeah, and again, we're watching the women's open final.
DC, I need a receiver. Do you want to stay for the... Huh? All right, thank you.
A player up and back in the action. And the conversion is good.
Yep.
Furines will lead this one 16-5. Apologies. 21-5.
2.5 minutes.
I am reading the scoreboard.
Oh, it's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I think the guys over there at the scoreboard are maybe playing Sudoku with us.
It's a hot day.
Yeah.
Kick goes deep here onto the 22, fielded cleanly by the Toes as they look to move it back infield, trying to evade the first tackler. Cleanly away. They've got numbers here on the outside. There's a slicing run from the number 3. 3 Furies chasing back, desperate to keep her from putting this one into the try zone. The number 8 stretching, but will not make it. And the Lady Toes will take this one 80 meters of their own to bring this game back into a point where they may be able to catch up.
Someone say for the reception.
Yeah, it's 21-10 now, Jonathan. Let's see if she makes the kick. It'll be 21-12.
Kick has to come fast if they're going to have a chance to put 2 scores on the board in the next minute, minute and a half.
Kick is good. It is 21-12 in favor of DC.
DC water off.
9 points between the two. Either way, they need to score twice.
Yes. Or they could get a penalty.
A rarity in 7
Yes.
certainly could happen.
At that point, you are allowed to bring out the tee, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll have to check on that one. But that kick not going to do them any favors. Not 10, and the Furies will have a chance to attack from the midfield.
Yeah, it looks like the Furies just need to hold on to the ball for a little bit here to run the clock out. And then they can kick it into touch, and the game's over. They've won the championship.
Furies taking their time, setting up to the left and the right, running a little loop around play into the hands. What I believe is the number 7, and a beautiful pop out of the contact there. Sorry, that was the number 11. And the Furies are off to the races again. Number 6. She scored first, and she may score last here as she stretches the Furies' lead out to 26-12.
I think that's it. This might be the final play. Let's see with the kick. The referee blows the whistle.
Beautiful kick up and straight through the middle of the post.
This will be last place. Less than 10 seconds left.
There's still time left.
Great display here from both teams. Brennan, we have seen multiple teams from, multiple sides playing from both of these programs here today. It's great to see the depth of women's rugby.
Water off, water off, water off.
To be able to field 2 or 3 teams in a tournament like this over 2-3 days is a great achievement.
It really is. And there were 79 teams here this weekend. So big
Wow.
tournament, yeah.
That kickoff fielded cleanly by the Toes. Looking to try and finish with a flourish of their own here and get on the board again before the end of this Women's Open final. Nice short gap, but that one's going to be
High tackle over here.
probably slightly forward, but we'll go back to the high tackle and they'll have a chance to continue the attack. They tap quickly, looking to dance through a gap. Not quite there, feeding it back in the pocket. That ball is loose.
Was knocked forward.
Be ruled a knock. And that will take us to the conclusion of this one. Your DC Furies are the champion of the 2019 Cape Fear Women's Open Bracket. Congratulations to them. Winners 28-12 over the Lady Toes.
Yeah, great job by DC. Definitely deserved it. Great game. Every try they scored, they converted.
Thank you. Felt good.